We've got basketball action at the AT&T Center. We're in San Antonio, Texas, the home of the Spurs, live on 2K Sports. 2K Sports is proud to present NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, and on the sideline tonight, Doris Burke. The Spurs happy to be returning to San Antonio after the road trip. Well, they're entering a bit of a soft spot in their schedule, facing off guys against some of the lower-ranked teams in the league, and we'll see if they're able to take advantage and have their win total.
It's go time. Now, these are two teams whose rivalry goes way back, and anytime they renew it, the fans, as well as all that are involved, are going to be in for a treat.
I like that. Go time. That's a good way to put it. I mean, this will be a testing encounter between these two. The build-up to the game has been extremely intense. I think everybody's expecting some kind of volatility to erupt on the floor today.
Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. Taking a look at the Rockets. Harden and Ariza filling out the perimeter. Down low, it's Jones and Howard together. And it's Terry in at the point.
In a season where everyone in the Southwest made it to the playoffs, you just knew it was going to be a war of attrition night in and night out. Still, the Rockets managed to come out on top in the division.
Here's Green. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
Second free throw, no good. Last season, Clark, the Spurs kept on winning as usual. They passed the Lakers, in fact, for the best winning percentage all time for a franchise.
Well, some of that has to do with the struggles the Lakers had last season, but more of it is credit to the Spurs. Consistency and high-quality play has been who they are and have been for 2 decades.
Terry kicks to Jones. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And Parker with a clear path to the hoop. That's good. Parker's got his first points of the night.
And that steal paid instant dividends.
No wasted time or motion getting out on that fast break.
And with the Spurs and their winning percentage, it's right above 60. Not bad for a team that joined the NBA back in 1977.
And the rebound goes to the Rockets. They're coming off that win against Philadelphia.
Well, listen, they own the boards at both ends of the floor in that game, and that's what won it for them. Those extra possessions were invaluable.
Well, Greg, I think coming into the game, that's where they thought they had an advantage, and they did a great job exploiting it.
And the Rockets making a change here. Beverly's checked in.
A lot of the Spurs' success, guys, with their winning percentage has come since the 90s. The way they are put together, who knows how high they can push that franchise winning percentage.
And a fast break now for the Spurs. Oh, went in there and tried to power it down, but drew contact. He'll head to the line.
You know what? Nice job there on the attack at the rim, drawing the contact.
And from a defensive standpoint, a good foul to save the dunk there.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. David West, he's checked in for Duncan. Diaw comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. Manu Ginobili, he's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Mills in for Parker. Houston also making some changes. Capella's checked in, and it's Brewer in for Trevor Ariza.
Yeah, nothing wrong with fighting for the rebound, but he gets nailed with the over-the-back call.
And, Greg, you know I was an offensive rebounder in my day, and I like that kind of aggressive play. But he's got to do a little better job of trying to get position earlier in that case.
That's a good point. Positioning is so vital when you're trying to rebound the basketball, and that's something that wasn't on display on that possession.
Well, you know, Hall of Famer and three-time champion Kevin McHale, the Rockets coach, did nothing but find success and win as a player. And, you know, that's been the same song for him as a coach.
Here's Beverly. Low block shot on the way. The Spurs have gotten 3 of 8 shots to fall for them here in the first quarter. Mills can't hit. Well, it was the San Antonio Spurs winning their last game against the Nuggets.
And really an emphatic win for them, especially considering that it came in an opponent's building, and there's no question it was their offense that carried them.
I love the way they went and got this game, Greg. I mean, they attacked at every opportunity, never relaxed or sat back, and as a result, they eventually pulled away.
So it's San Antonio now, after the Rockets pick up 3. And the basket by Ginobili.
Oh, nice double pump finish there, strictly for the fans.
Look at that.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now.
Clark, there is a swagger out here on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
That's right.
I tell you what, I used to love to go up and jam like that.
The Spurs shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. The Rockets making a switch here. And he can't make the second free throw either, missing both.
Well, the free throw line has really hurt him.
Yeah, it's been a rough start there, and they could use those points, no doubt about it.
There's a good screen. Here's Brewer. Second shot opportunity. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul, stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
And so he makes both from the line. And that concludes the... And we welcome you back. Glad to have you with us as more basketball is on the way. During the break, the players getting refueled with Gatorade. And they're looking amped up and ready to get going once again. Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far for Houston.
With the aggression they're showing early on, I mean, they're driving it to the hoop with authority and force.
And also, it's been a positive to watch that they've attacked the paint offensively as well. It's really been about the balance that they've shown.
The always reliable Parker and Green in the backcourt. Duncan out there with LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Leonard in the small forward. So that's who San Antonio starts the second with.
Yeah, the Rockets were able to make it to the second spot in the West at the very end of the season. Actually came down to the last day.
Whoa!
You know, sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult while they're trailing.
Yeah, but still, you know what? A magnificent move to the rim.
I tell you what, guys, I don't care what the score is. That's the play we're going to remember when this game is over.
And that one's on target from the wing. Leonard's got 4 points this quarter.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
Here's Ariza. Not gonna go as it bounces high off the rim. Spurs trail by 6. Parker kicks to Aldridge. Duncan inside. Ariza covering. Leonard, no luck.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Here's Ariza. Offensive rebound. Jones. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. This is his first trip to the line tonight. And that one falls for Jones. Butler, he's checked in for Green. The Rockets also changing it up. Howard comes in for Harrell. And it's Terry in for Ty Lawson. Well, the Spurs, Greg, great at home last year. That's not surprising to anyone who's paid attention. We expect that they're just so tough at home year in and year out.
And Kevin, how about going 33-8 at home last season? And despite being a 6th seed, only the Hawks and Warriors, the 2 best records in the league, won more games at home. Hard to imagine you could be a 6th seed with that kind of success.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period. Boy, the effort was there, but he just couldn't quite fight his way through traffic.
Screen by Jones. And it's Terry off the drive. Right block shot. And there's the bucket as Jones finishes it off. Jones has got 6 points.
For the Spurs, it was all about being at home. That was a big part of how they went on the run. They won 20 of the last 22 games at home in that stretch, which vaulted them from the bottom of the playoff picture in the West to as high as the 2 seed.
Looking at who's out there now for the Spurs. David West, he's checked in for Duncan. Diallo comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. Ano Ginobili's checked in for Leonard. And it's Mills in for Tony Parker. The Rockets also changing it up. Capella's checked in. And Corey Brewer's subbed in for Trevor Ariza. And the basket by Thornton.
Don't miss. I mean, second in field goal percentage at home, shooting 49%. Also second in three-point percentage made at home with over 39%.
And the Spurs making a change here. Anderson's checked in.
Get Marcus.
Thornton dishes to Brewer.
And the Rockets have lost out on some free agent wars the past few years. They have remained competitive, but you wonder what could have been if they landed or kept some of those big names.
And with the Rockets, it's no secret that they take a very analytical approach to team building. Greg, you and I have talked about that. And Clark, you wonder if that hurts them in free agency.
Well, when your front office makes no qualms about viewing players as simply just assets, it can be a hard sell to a free agent.
And it's Beverly missing. To the inside. Brewer with the steal. Here's Capella. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
And it doesn't really matter who starts the break with how he runs the floor. He seems to always be the one who finishes.
Yeah, he is so fun to watch in how he attacks the rim at full speed like that, man. It's something to behold the way that guy gets to the rim.
And the basket by Brewer.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's keyed this run. Passing it with purpose. The D hasn't been able to keep up. Boy, they just cannot take the lid off.
Well, they need a basket in the worst possible way, and they've got to stop this run, and the only way you do that, you got to score your
or run. Time now for the halftime break, with the third quarter soon to follow right here on 2K Sports. And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started. One of the stories here today, Terrence Jones getting it done today.
Yeah, the rebounding, particularly on the offensive side, as good as it gets. He was bringing the effort down low.
And I tell you what, that allowed him to get his team several multiple shot opportunities. His work on the offensive glass has been invaluable.
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. One of the stories here today, Terrence Jones getting it done today.
Yeah, the rebounding, particularly on the offensive side, as good as it gets. He was bringing the effort down low.
And I tell you what, that allowed him to get his team several multiple shot opportunities. His work on the offensive glass has been invaluable.
Getting underway in the second half. Here's the 5 for Kevin McHale. Down low, it's Jones and Howard together. Harden and Ariza filling out the perimeter. And it's Terry in at the 1.
And those are the kinds of plays that are just killing them right now.
Here's Green. And Jones sends it back. And that's out of bounds. San Antonio will retain possession.
Yeah, it's got to be concerned with all the missed shots here. And every team goes through cold streaks. You just got to figure out a way to stay productive.
And the best way to do that when you're missing shots is to get to the foul line. Be aggressive, get to the foul line, and knock down some of those freebies, and the tide can turn for you.
Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That's his third foul of the game.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Excellent example of toughness and physicality on defense. Got his nose right in the middle of things and made a play.
Rockets leading by 22.
And listen, San Antonio is an older team, actually the oldest in the league last season. And because of injuries and days off, they didn't get to feel that preferred starting 5 a lot last year.
Parker passes to Aldridge. The drive by Green. No good. So Houston will take it the other way.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Spurs only used their preferred lineup less than half the season, but still a strong campaign. 22 games played with the starting lineup of Parker, Green, Leonard, Duncan, and Splitter.
And, you know, the Spurs would go on to use 23 different starting lineups, Kevin. That would be the 5th most in the NBA.
Jones kicks to Ariza. Green with the block. Leonard on the wing. Defended by Jones. Knocks it loose. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Jones. Here we are in November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. You look at Houston. And, of course, there's the Rockets. Tied right now. Double team on Aldridge. Leonard attacking. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And the Rockets were a tough team last year, but at times it really felt like a one-man show. Harden carried them so much for so long. You just have to wonder if it wore him out.
And if carrying the team during the regular season wore Harden down, Greg, as you were talking about, it didn't show that much in the playoffs. Harden not Clark all of the postseason.
I would agree with you, but there also were some other guys for Houston that did step up in the postseason. Howard looked as good as he did before all of his injuries, as a case in point.
The Rockets have shot 6 of 7 at the line. That free throw good from Trevor Ariza. It's time for some hoops at the Chesapeake Energy Arena, home of the Thunder here in downtown Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. And we're going to bring it to you live on 2K Sports. Last game for the Warriors, they pick up the W against Phoenix. And they put it all together in that game. It added up to a phenomenal win.
And believe it or not, it wasn't the stars that led the charge for them in that win. It was about the role players. I mean, the guys who they don't usually count on for the lion's share of their points came through.
Guys, simply a complete team performance, and road wins where everybody contributes really can galvanize a team and bring it together.
And now the Golden State Warriors starters. Barnes and Green are the forward set. It's the Splash Brothers, Curry and Thompson. They're in the backcourt. And it's Bogut in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
Well, I tell you, the Warriors roster fit together hand in glove. They were led by the Splash Brothers, but the front court and the bench really complemented the rest of the team perfectly because all of the players for the Warriors were extremely versatile and highly...
Wow, we're going to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Kevin. That was special.
My goodness, that was almost a circus-like dunk.
On defense, the Warriors. Outside Durant. Thompson with the rebound. Warriors have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Barnes kicks to Thompson. Golden State moving it around. And that one's good.
And really, how about the quick release on that triple there, because he's given up a lot of height in that matchup.
Right on target you are, Greg. I mean, the quick release is what made the difference there. Any hesitation, and that shot is being blocked.
And Durant sends it back. Shoots from the baseline. And it's sent back by Bogut. Thompson for 3. No luck. Now Oklahoma City takes it the other way. This game against Golden State is the first time they've met this season.
Yeah, and this game kicks off a 4-game season series between the two teams.
Two conference foes, guys, looking to take game 1 tonight. Yeah, very interesting to see who can land the first blow.
The 3 ball. And again, no good by Golden State. Oklahoma City's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Roberson gets the bucket.
Brought back the finger roll. That's a nice finesse move to pull off with the defense all over it.
No good off the front iron.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Well, you know, last season, Steve Kerr came into a good situation, but a touch awkward. The team wasn't 100% on board with the firing of the previous coach, but he won them over in a hurry.
Here's Durant. Warriors with the rebound. Out to Thompson. Outside Curry. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. 6 points for Steph Curry. Greg, Steve Kerr did win over the locker room in a hurry last season. They had finished a successful run under Mark Jackson. Winning accelerates everything. They certainly bought into it.
They really did. And people don't often appreciate how difficult it is to come into a situation where expectations are that high. But he also went out of his way to empower his players and really give them some accountability. Didn't try to hide anyone on defense and played to the strengths of his team on the offensive end. The tenacity on the interior, just battling, bringing that effort and will for second chance points.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here. And the Thunder going with a whole new group out there. The Warriors lead it. Barbosa kicks to Livingston. Iguodala right side. From 12 feet out. Shot is off. And Oklahoma City will go with it the other way. They put up a nice win against Detroit the last time out.
And no doubt in my mind, the overriding factor in that game was their huge edge on the backboard.
Yeah, the level of energy they had, guys, in the win wasn't matched by their opponents, and that rebounding difference, I think, was indicative of that.
Here's Spates. That's tipped. And that's out of bounds. Golden State will retain possession. 36 seconds left in the first. It's Iguodala with the drive. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
And really, last season, the Thunder came into the year as a popular pick to win the West. Of course, we know what happened in terms of injuries, and it ended up having them on the outside looking in terms of the postseason.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And finished off by Collison.
A rim rocker.
Looked for a second like he might rip the cylinder loose.
I tell you what, that is some grown man strength on that attack. Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Yeah, I like the way they're setting the tone. Really playing with a lot of energy here at the start.
And he gets it to go. Barbosa's got himself on the board with 3 there. Three-pointer Augustine. And at the end of one, both teams putting up some points. The Warriors on top. And off we go. A close game now starting the second quarter. And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for the Warriors.
Boy, the three-point shot has really been dropping for them early on.
Also, guys, the passing has been terrific in the first half. They'll be happy with all those assists.
So on the floor for Golden State to begin this second quarter. Barnes and Green are the forward set. Steph Curry's out there with Iguodala. And it's Ezeli in at the 5 roaming the paint.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
Greg, he got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
So many great statistics are available to demonstrate just how dominant the Warriors were last season. My favorite is, G8, their point differential.
You know, to be able to beat your opponent by double digits on average is something only 8 teams have been able to do in the history of the league.
It's amazing. It's tipped. Here's Westbrook. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over. Westbrook's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense. And guys, the Warriors ended the year at just over a 10-point differential per game. I mean, still that number is staggering when you think of what it takes to achieve that mark over the course of the season. Typically, championship teams are somewhere in the +6 to +8 range. 10 is off the charts.
Puts up a 3. Another 3 for Golden State.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
And guys, now that they're rolling from out there, the defense has to really get up into them. You've got to almost be in their jerseys to try to deny those looks.
And you know what? That Warriors point differential was helped out a lot by their play at home. The home differential was almost +15 points per game. A lot of blowout wins. Scary thing is they set their starters in the fourth so often, they could have made those numbers even higher had they won it. And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Well, it was. I mean, a tight game like this one, you'd think they'd have a little more energy at the defensive end than that.
While we have a break, we can see which teams have made the most of their second chance opportunities over the last 10 games. Second, the Thunder.
I mean, you love their aggressiveness, not settling for one shot offensively, but really running down those loose boards and converting for extra points.
A different look for Oklahoma City. Adams comes in for Ennis, Kansas. And it's Roberson in for Russell Westbrook. And then for Golden State, Bogut comes in for Barnes. And it's Thompson in for Curry.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
DJ Augustine's checked in for Anthony Morris. The Warriors also with a sub. Sean Livingston, he's checked in for Ezeli.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Durant. And the shot no good, a bit short.
Yeah, but the hand in the face, it's critical that you contest his shots every time down the floor. And, Kevin, who says a point guard should look to pass first? I mean, not when you can finish like this fella.
Well, Clark, he wasn't going to give that opportunity up to a teammate.
Well, you know, Kevin, that's one he'll always take himself, and he should. I mean, you can't pass up that kind of opportunity or fun.
It's Durant on the wing. Again, Durant missing.
And the Thunder had plenty of reason to be down last year because of the injuries. A big place that it hit them was on offense. They just were not the same absent mainly Kevin Durant.
Livingston, that's good. Livingston's got the lead up to 6 now for the Warriors.
And I like how he puts himself in position there to finish on the break.
Yeah, you know, that's what we call seeing and feeling the game. Excellent read of how that play was going to develop and where the ball was going. That's stuff that you oftentimes can't teach, Greg.
Nick Collison's checked in for the Thunder. Waiters comes in for Kevin Durant. Spates checked in for Golden State. Barbosa comes in for Thompson.
Oh, nice double pump finish there, strictly for the fans.
Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation.
Here we can get a look at Oklahoma City, Kevin, and what kind of numbers they put up these last 10 games. Second in second chance points. Third in scoring. And they are ranked third in team rebounding as well. I tell you what, everybody on this team goes after the ball on the backboards.
And their gift for offensive rebounding definitely evident in all those second chance points. The two go hand in hand. Make no mistake, if you don't box out, you're going to pay. Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
5 straight baskets, Greg, resulting from assists. They're playing as one unit out there.
They have a 2-for-1 situation if they go quick.
Yeah, I don't think they have to rush, though, Greg. Just need to find a good shot this time. Pretty passing. Timely recognition as to where the open man was.
And Andre Roberson is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. And so it's Golden State with it. They lead by 4. Shot clock at 6. On its way from Curry for 2. And Cantor pulls it down. Here's Singler. And oh, he hits the buzzer beater.
And he beats the buzzer to end the quarter.
Terrific shot there.
And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Warriors lead by 2. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half. Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third. One guy who's been getting it done so far, Stephen Curry.
You just can't shoot the triple any better than he did in that first half. That was incredible.
And here in the second, Greg, he's got to just keep taking them and making them. And if that's the case, no reason for him to stop.
Durant the 3 and Ibaka the 4. Andre Robertson out there with Russell Westbrook. And it's Adams in at the 5. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City.
You know, and Billy Donovan, the Oklahoma City Thunder, were able to pull him away from the college game last season, signed him to a 5-year deal in the middle of last year's playoffs. That is up-tempo basketball at its best. So much easier to operate in the open court when the steal triggers the break.
And really, basketball is about rhythm, and that allows your offense to flow better. Now let's see if they can build on it and keep this lead.
And the dunk by Barnes.
Good. Just like soup. A little more ferocious, though.
Okay, Clark approves, everybody.
Yeah, but that's how you finish strong. Young fella's wearing the rim out.
And for Billy Donovan, we were talking about him. He had been with Florida for so long, the Gator program built by him. It'll be a big change. He had been thinking about it, though, before. He almost took, remember that Greg, the Magic job back in 2007?
You know, there was a change of heart for him with the Orlando gig. And Donovan's done nothing but win at Florida, and he'll have that same pressure to succeed with the high expectations with the Thunder.
Anthony Morrow's checked in for Durant. Then for the Warriors, Festus Ezeli comes in for Andrew Bogut. And it's Iguodala in for Draymond Green. It's Westbrook with the drive. Shot is off. Great D that time from Curry. From past the arc. The Thunder pull it in. Ibaka's got his 5th rebound in this one. From 10 feet out. And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That is his first foul of the game. The Warriors have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the 3rd quarter. Took him no time at all on that one. 14 points for Steph Curry.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
And the basket by Morrow.
And the defense just gets caught standing around that time and giving up the second chance opportunity.
You know, that just can't happen. They need much more effort than that on the glass.
You know, basketball can be a thing of beauty, and the Warriors show just how gorgeous ball movement can be last year. Every possession looked like a well-orchestrated concert. It was incredibly fun to watch. Not so much fun, probably, to coach against.
Well, the Warriors did zip the ball around very well last year, Clark. They led the league, as Greg was just talking about, led the league in assists per game. It wasn't even close. Over 27 assists per game as a team.
Yeah, 28 times they had 30 or more assists. In 2014, the team that led in that category was the Spurs. They did it only 16 times. Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim. Really, the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Kyle Singler, he's checked in for Morrow. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Andre Robertson. Leandro Barbosa, he's checked in for Golden State.
Maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that.
And we know he's capable of those memorable dunks.
Yeah, and when he's got a lead like that, why not take a few chances? A lot more engaging and entertaining than just doing the old ho-hum one-hander.
The Warriors shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
And it's been an average year, really, at the free throw line for this group, only around 75%.
Guys, their free throw shooting has slipped a bit since last year, but not really to the point where they should be overly concerned about it.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Collison comes in for Serge Ibaka. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Augustine. And here's Westbrook from the arc. Down goes basket number 6 for him this game. He's taken 12 shots and made half of them.
You might not think of him as a laser three-point shooter, but that shot was there for him, and he had to take it.
Out left to the wing. Singler with it. Guarded now by Barnes. Westbrook kicks to Collison. Here's Waiters. Leandro Barbosa with the rebound. If they time it right, they can end this quarter with a 2-for-1.
And that's how you want to end the quarters.
You know, with all the shots they've knocked down here in the second half, their field goal percentage has crossed the 50% mark.
Yeah, and any team will take that excellent in terms of their efficiency. No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Solid work on the back end of that play.
Yeah, finish hard with two hands on the stuff.
Yeah, nothing extravagant, guys, but again, no need on that one.
Pass to Waiters. From downtown. That one goes. Count it. Warriors leading by 4.
And if they're smart, they can hold it for the last shot.
To me, that's got to be the target. Make sure you manage the clock effectively so you do get the last shot.
Near the three-point line, it's Westbrook. Westbrook missing again. Well, it's been an exciting game. Plenty of offense as we head to the fourth quarter. Warriors. All right, we welcome you back to what's been a hard-fought battle. Fourth quarter should be good. Thunder trailing by 4. So for the Golden State Warriors right now, the defensive stalwarts, Green and Bogut, are down low. Curry is out there with Livingston, and it's Thompson in at the 3 spot. Here's Livingston. Puts up the baby hook. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. Serge Ibaka picks one up there. That free throw, no good. Well, you look at the roster of the Thunder from last year, Clark, they knew how to build from within.
Well, last season's roster, everybody but one player was either drafted or acquired via trade. That's a rare combo in the NBA.
And guys, for the Thunder, listen, they're not a big market team. They've had to make sacrifices with money to stay competitive. They do a terrific job with the limitations that small market presents. Yeah, but the main thing is the 2-possession lead is secure.
Green, the pass to Livingston. Thompson for the triple. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Livingston. Thompson's got the lead up to 7 now for the Warriors.
And, you know, as we've seen, success in the NBA can come in a lot of different packages. I mean, it can't happen without the big free agent signing or spending. It helps to draft a guy like Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook for that matter.
And another miss. Oof, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have. You're right. Back to Curry. Green again. Ibaka. On the wing, Thompson. 5 to shoot. And the Warriors tack on 2 more.
That one was solid. There's a big difference in the field goal percentages between these two teams here in the second half.
And, Greg, that difference has come about because we've got one team moving crisply, getting good shots, and the other is just kind of stagnant.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. It's been said time and time again that playing in Oklahoma City is one of the tougher places to play in the league. Last year we saw it as well. This place, Greg, gets so loud when the Thunder are rolling.
And even though the Thunder missed the playoffs, the Chesapeake Energy Arena was as loud as ever. Really helps when you are the show in a city.
Harrison Barnes, he's checked in for Sean Livingston. About a minute and a half into the fourth quarter now. Here's Durant. Poked loose. And it's out of bounds, and they say it was last touched by Durant. Here's Golden State now. They've got a 10-0 run going. Curry outside. That one goes. Count it. Curry's got 6 in the quarter.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the lead.
It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Nice step back to get it off. Curry's got 12 points in just the second half.
And the lead continues to increase. They are just playing flawless basketball at both ends.
Greg, I can't identify an area where this team has underperformed. I mean, they've been 5-star in every category.
Durant, that's good.
Their three-point percentage has taken a big leap here in this second half.
And their lasers are starting to do their thing. I mean, that's going to be the ticket for them the rest of the way.
And there's the call on Anthony Morrow. That'll be his second foul of the game. Russell Westbrook in for Oklahoma City. So it's the Warriors now. And again, no good by Golden State.
The defense did a really good job of choking off the middle there once he got inside.
And that one's good. Durant.
And they've got to talk to each other on D there. Miscommunication, and now he's able to make them pay.
This looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
I don't know. There might be more defense in the warm-ups. Right now, these are just shooting game shots.
And, guys, what do you think about the hustle stance for the Warriors?
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
For 3, Westbrook. Green with the rebound. Green's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Bogut with it. Cantor covering. There's the triple. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Cantor's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Warriors.
At every opportunity, they managed to push the ball and keep the up-tempo game going.
And that produced great fruit for them in transition.
And in terms of the season record, this is going to be their 18th win overall.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
And, Greg, we know familiarity breeds contempt. I would expect things to become more heated as these teams face each other going forward.
And beyond the actual result of this game, fans are going to look back and see this was just a monstrous performance for Curry. He was extremely efficient offensively, got good looks, and really knocked down big shots all game long.
For 3. Oh, he got hacked on the three-pointer. He'll head to the line. They get Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, you hate to give up a foul on a three-point attempt.
Yeah, unnecessary. I mean, make them earn those points from deep. Don't give them to them free at the line.
It was the season of destiny, and the Warriors certainly followed through. Clark, the best team in the league all year, and they finished the job beating the Cavs in the finals.
And they were on a mission from the get-go. They would become another team to win 65 games or more and win the finals. Impressive work.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. They trailed by 15. 52 seconds left here in the 4th quarter. Different look here for the Warriors. Spates checked in for Bogut. Festus Ezeli comes in for Draymond Green. Leandro Barbosa, he's checked in for Klay Thompson. And it's Livingston in for Steph Curry. For 3, Barbosa. And he gets the bucket. And the Warriors lead by 18.
And for the Warriors, they had tough opponents the whole way. I mean, the Pelicans, Grizzlies, and Rockets, they all put up fights. The Cavs in the finals were just as tough with LeBron, but the Warriors found a way to come through.
And Waiters kicks to Augustine. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
You know, huge height advantage there, but because of the great body control, he's able to cancel it out.
Agreed. The body control essential in that situation. I mean, if you're giving up a bunch of height, then you better be able to manufacture things in the air. I think in that situation, it was a nice try to create some space for himself with the fadeaway.
So we see the Warriors taking the game here. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for tuning in. And now time to send it over to the award-winning Ernie Johnson for the postgame show. We have an intercom as the Golden State Warriors come in for this one.
Gentlemen, ready?
Welcome to 2K Sports, bringing you the NBA. With Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. For the Knicks, they continue their stretch of home games. After dropping the first 3 games of the season, they need to turn it around.
Yeah, and this is the second game of a back-to-back for them, so they didn't have a long time to think about that loss last night. They've got to get right back out there and into the grind.
And, you know, in many ways, it's almost better that way. You don't have to spend much time thinking about the loss. You can direct your attention, your energy, and your emotions towards figuring out how to win the next time you get out there. So I think that's a good thing.
And now the Golden State Warriors starters. The defensive stalwarts, Green and Bogut, are down low. Thompson is the 2 with Barnes at the 3, and it's Curry in at the 1 spot. The Knicks shooting their first free throws of the game.
You've got to appreciate their ability to make free throws, 81% as a team.
Those are good numbers for any team. I mean, they can feel extremely good about their free throw shooting percentage this season. Well, I tell you, the Warriors roster fit together hand in glove. They were led by the Splash Brothers, but the front court and the bench really complemented the rest of the team perfectly because all of the players for the Warriors were extremely versatile and highly skilled.
As you're talking about the Warriors, you know, they were built to play with each other last year. The bigs could all pass very well, and that set up the three-point threats.
And then even on the defensive side, I mean, they had players that really complemented each other. I mean, some undersized power forwards who countered with rim protectors. I mean, they also had the length at every perimeter position to switch on any play. So they are equally as adept on that side of the ball.
From 10 feet out. That's no good. Misses his first shot of the night. Thompson for the triple. And the rebound goes to Lopez.
3 misses to start the game. Still trying to break the seal on that hoop.
Easy to see who's going to win that race.
Yeah, early offense is often easy offense. Excellent work that time.
To the inside. Anthony. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came upright with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
Here's Barnes, and he goes in for the dunk.
And that lead pass allowed him to get straight to the rim unabated in stride.
Calderon, no good.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Now here's Lopez. Harrison Barnes missing his last shot.
Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And, you know, that lead's only going to grow if they're not prepared to defend a little more staunchly than that. Well, that defense went from poor to no defense at all.
And when he's open like that, you don't see him miss those looks very often.
Afflalo, that's good. Warriors trail by 8. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
Thompson outside. Shoots it. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. It's on Aaron Afflalo.
And what a first year it was for Steve Kerr and the Warriors. It was the best debut as a new coach ever. 67 wins. He also established a franchise win total in his first year.
And a whole new group out on the floor right now for the Knicks. Golden State also making some changes. Azili's checked in for Bogut. Iguodala comes in for Harrison Barnes. And it's Livingston in for Steph Curry. Here's Thomas. No luck.
Yeah, but you have to love that tough interior defense.
And, Greg, that's exactly what he gives you. I mean, he's constantly making his presence felt around the rim.
Count the bucket. On our old partner, Steve Kerr also got a chance to coach the West All-Stars, and Greg, his record-setting debut season with the Golden State Warriors. Clark, he really hit a lot of big milestones early.
Well, none of us are surprised at his success.
No.
I mean, Steve will be the first to tell you it was because he was surrounded by excellent assistants. I mean, that's one of the underrated aspects of being a good coach is you've got to have a good staff, and Steve has that.
Excellent point. Livingston, that's good. Livingston's got his first bucket of the night.
Took advantage of some shoddy defense there. They've got to at least get a finger on it.
Galloway, no good. And that's an intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
Derek Williams, he checked in for Lance Thomas. Barbosa kicks to Spates. Iguodala, that's a two-pointer. One up, one down. 2 points with his first shot this game. 12 seconds left in the first quarter. Over to the left wing. Galloway, the pass to Serafin. 1 second left. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. The Knicks have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both. That free throw missing. And the second free throw, good. He got it up. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. It's the Knicks. They lead by 3. We've got more. And we got a close game here as we get back to the second quarter. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Knicks?
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught them off guard, playing airtight defense and coming up with the steals.
And also defensively, they've been able to cause some turnovers tonight, and that also builds confidence and gives you momentum.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. So for the Golden State Warriors right now, Bogut out there with Maurice Spates. Then there's Barbosa. Then there's Harrison Barnes. And it's Curry in a point guard. Knicks last season had a lot of problems here in Manhattan, and it showed all over the floor, Greg. And you played for this team. You know what it's like to play basketball in New York. Not a good record for them at home last year.
How about finishing 10-31 here and playing in front of a sold-out crowd every night? And one thing about New York, they're going to let you know when they're displeased. Worst home record in the East and second worst home record in the league.
4 on the shot clock. And the basket good. Curry's got the first basket of the second quarter for the Warriors. And Aflalo kicks to Lopez. Baseline try. Not enough on that one as it misses. The Warriors trailing. Out to the wing. And Anthony sends it back. And here we go with Anthony running it up the court. And it's sent back by Bogut. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession. The Knicks making a switch here. Thomas is checked in. And then for Golden State, Draymond Green comes in for Maurice Spates. And it's Klay Thompson in for Leandro Barbosa. The Knicks shooting about 35% from the floor. Not much falling for them. Calderon, that's for 2. And that one goes long.
And honestly, not real happy with the shot selection on that one.
Yeah, clearly a brain fade there. He's got to be a little smarter in his choice making.
Lewis Amundsen, he's checked in for the Knicks. Here's Curry. And that misses. That would have put him up.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
Calderon, that's good.
Talk about doing a Rip Van Winkle on defense. Come on, guys, wake up. Why are they leaving him open at the three-point line? Come on.
And Aflalo kicks to Calderon. Let's go. They get it back. And Steph Curry with the foul. A different look for New York. Serafin comes in for Robin Lopez. And Langston Galloway subbed in for Jose Calderon. Golden State also making some changes. Festus Ezeli, he's jacked in for Bogut. And it's Iguodala in for Harrison Barnes. Good on that shot. With that, the Knick lead is cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from Iguodala.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with the pass.
Thompson dishes to Curry. Ezeli the pass to Thompson. And it's all evened up. Thompson's got 6 points.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Well, nobody said, Greg, being in the NBA was for the faint of heart. The Knicks in a few short years have gone from a playoff team, unfortunately, to the worst team in the NBA.
Hard to fathom, Kevin, that the Knicks did enter last season with playoff aspirations, but that quickly vanished. They were just completely overmatched and overwhelmed.
Williams, he's checked in for New York. Grant comes in for Aaron Aflalo. And the Warriors also making a change. Livingston's checked in. And again, no good by Golden State.
This shot's just, it's not there right now with this team leading. Perhaps, you know, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
You know, the Knicks made the playoffs every season between 1988 and 2001. It's kind of strange now to see the Knicks struggle to get into the playoffs so often. Only 3 trips in the playoffs the last 10 seasons.
Sasha Vujacic is checked in for the Knicks. Spates checked in for the Warriors. And stolen by Williams. And the rejection by Iguodala. Here is Livingston, covered by Vujacic. They get the rebound. Azili kicks to Spates.
And that's foul number 2. And maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another before half.
The Warriors shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game. Carmelo Anthony is checked in for Langston Galloway. And the Warriors also making a change. Leandro Barbosa, he's checked in for Green.
And listen, the pressure is always on the Knicks to make the playoffs just because of where the team is. Being in New York can have its advantages, but it comes with expectations that your team will be in the postseason.
Kicks to Azili. He dishes it to Livingston.
Oh, no. Not the guy you want to put on the line, Kevin. He's an ATM from the free throw line.
The Warriors have shot 4 of 7 as a team from the line tonight. Several misses early. Good on the second free throw. Seven seconds left in the first half of the game. For 3, Calderon. And he gets it to go. Calderon's got a couple of three-pointers in the second for the Knicks. Iguodala. He got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And the first half comes to a close. We've got a close game going on here. Knicks lead by 2. Stay with us, folks. We'll get back just after halftime to start the third quarter. Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half. Look at Jose Calderon. He's been really playing well.
I know we've said this many times before, but what a great first half. Just an offensive juggernaut.
And, you know, in the end, I wouldn't be surprised if we're talking about what a great second half he had, guys. I mean, he can usually keep it going for all 4 quarters.
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. Look at Jose Calderon. He's been really playing well.
And he just went off in those first 2 quarters, guys. He's capable of doing that on a consistent basis as well. So we might see some changes from a defensive standpoint as they try to disrupt his rhythm in the second half.
You know, guys, I think you've got to make some sort of change. I mean, they can't let him continue to torch him up like he has been.
They've got Anthony. Calderon is out there with Aflalo. Then there's Robin Lopez. And it's Porzingis in at the 4. That's the 5 for New York right now. What a year for the Warriors. Clark won their division for the first time in 39 years, ran away with the very tough Western Conference.
And there were a number of surprises last season, Kevin, but the Warriors were at the top of the list. I mean, I don't think anybody, including you and I, pegged them to be as good as they were.
Especially the way the finals began.
Exactly.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
Yeah, it's a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yep, he's on the money, that's no doubt.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
And Thompson throws it down.
Rising high to throw that one down.
Sky high, fantastic one-hand jam.
Nice way there, guys, to finish up that possession.
And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. Calderon dishes to Afflalo. They get it back. The Warriors leading. Barnes kicks to Curry. It's hauled in by Porzingis. Porzingis has got his 3rd rebound on the night.
Oh, wow.
It's a beautiful jam.
I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is the 2 points, not the dramatic.
Oh, come on, Clark. He had to go for it, didn't he?
Yeah,
Perhaps.
but hey. He's an athlete, and I can't fault him for that one. Although, if he missed it, I might have.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here. They come into this having outplayed Phoenix the last game.
I mean, no stress in that one. The game almost looked like a shoot-around for them. Amazing at how well they shot the basketball.
And even more impressive, Greg, considering it was on the road. I mean, it's rare that you see a team get that hot away from home.
For the Knicks, Kevin Serafin, he's checked in for Lopez. And Langston Galloway subbed in for Jose Calderon.
Man, that is not an easy shot right there. I mean, he had to get it off over a much taller defender.
Yeah, he needed to add just a little more loft on that one because of the size mismatch, and he did it perfectly.
Warriors leading by 3. It's Curry outside. Bogut kicks to Barnes. Taken away by Anthony. Fires from the wing. Again, the miss by Anthony.
The defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them.
Here's Curry. Here's Green. And they will get the basket here, folks, as they rule goaltending.
He thought he had that one clean, but the ref saw it differently. They'll count the basket.
You can point to any number of things, Clark. The Warriors did well last year. Their play on the road being one of them.
Well, the Warriors were exactly road warriors all season long, partner. Hit the ground running and finished with the league best 28 road wins.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Festus Ezeli, he's checked in for Bogut. And it's Iguodala in for Thompson.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
And for the Warriors, they would go on several road trips undefeated last season. Still, the only time they looked vulnerable were games on the road.
And again, it's the Warriors missing.
And honestly, not real happy with the shot selection on that one.
Yeah, clearly a brain fade there. He's got to be a little smarter in his choice making. And, you know, with the Warriors on the road, they would occasionally dig a hole they couldn't get out of. Still, hard to critique a team that was so dominant in every facet of the game last season, even on the road.
Green kicks to Curry. Just 5 on the clock. Fires for 3. Again, Curry missing. And that one's good, Anthony.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen. More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might well tell the story in this one.
And that should tilt things their way. No doubt they've been winning on the backboard.
And that one's good. Anthony's got 12 points in just the second half.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
That's not the kind of streak you want to be part of defensively. Tighten it up, fellas.
And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. That most of their free throws tonight, 5 of 6. That free throw, no good.
Listen, the Knicks had a hard time scoring last year. Just lacked any real presence in the paint. And lacking that paint threat makes things easier for the opposing defense.
Catching up on the changes for New York. Lopez, he's checked in for Kevin Seraphin. Calderon comes in for Porzingis. And it's Grant in for Langston Galloway. From 15 feet away.
Clock is clearly on their side.
Exactly, and they can hold it for the last shot, and I think they will.
Calderon, no good. And there's the foul. It's on Aaron Aflalo. That's foul number 2 for him. 6 seconds left in the third. But they get it back. Off the mark. Welcome back as we get rolling once more. The fourth quarter right ahead in what's been a very well-contested game. Here's Iguodala. On the court for Golden State here in the fourth. Thompson and Iguodala on the perimeter. They'll get out there with Maurice Spates. And it's Barbosa in at the 1.
He got a great read of where that miss was going, and that allowed him to be the first guy to it and get the putback.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
They really haven't backed away from running and gunning at any point, but their legs still look fresh.
They've worked hard tonight at crashing the boards as well. They've had a bunch of second chance points.
The Knicks making a switch here. Porzingis is checked in. And there's a foul. It's on Maurice Spates. That'll be his second foul of the game. Aflalo with it. And it's Iguodala picking him up. Warriors leading by 3. Here's Barbosa. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
Langston Galloway's checked in for Grant. Draymond Green, he's checked in for the Warriors. Barnes comes in for Andre Iguodala. Lopez. And the refs are going to rule that unnecessary contact. It's a flagrant 1 foul.
And Kevin, I got to tell you, he's probably fortunate to just get a flagrant 1 there. I mean, so much contact. The officials easily could have gone even harder on it.
Greg, I agree. He'd better be on his best behavior from now on. One more flagrant of any variety, and he's out of here. Stephen Curry's checked in for Leandro Barbosa. Galloway, no good. And New York making a change here. Anthony's checked in. It's Curry outside. The shot, no good. The Knicks go the other way with it. And now the fast break. Anthony with the ball. It was the season of destiny, and the Warriors certainly followed through. Clark, the best team in the league all year, and they finished the job beating the Cavs in the finals.
And they were on a mission from the get-go. They would become another team to win 65 games or more and win the finals. Impressive work.
And for the Warriors, they had tough opponents the whole way. I mean, the Pelicans, Grizzlies, and Rockets, they all put up fights. The Cavs in the finals were just as tough with LeBron, but the Warriors found a way to come through.
Curry outside. That's tipped. And they'll keep possession. Here's Green. It's rebounded by New York. And stolen by Barnes. And Curry the bucket on the assist by Green. Green's got 6 assists in the game.
And for the Warriors, it had been nearly 40 years, guys, since the franchise made it to the finals. They had a lot of pressure on them to win and finish things off, but they got it done and did it in emphatic fashion, winning on the road. The title solidified them as one of the all-time outstanding teams in NBA history.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Steve Kerr was saying to the team. He told the guys that for now, he wants to see them back off the three-point shot, saying all our offense doesn't need to come from perimeter jump shots. Let's get the ball inside for some high percentage looks.
Curry outside. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. And that's 13 points for Steph Curry.
The defense got butterflies the second that shot went up because they know he typically delivers in the clutch.
Knicks trail by 4. Calderon, that's for 2. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Bogut's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Green kicks to Bogut. The 3 from Barnes. Oh, he got hacked on the three-pointer. He'll head to the line. That's good from Barnes. Second free throw, no good.
Yeah, but the main thing is the 2-possession lead is secure.
And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up.
Well, it's terribly frustrating for a coach when his team can't knock down their free throws. I mean, it really comes down to focus, routine, and stamina, especially in the second half. Despite another miss there, you still have to like the way he's been working himself to the free throw line.
Listen, they're still right in this thing. Missing that free throw, though, keeps this a 2-possession deficit.
Here's Green. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. And he knocks down the first one. Aaron Aflalo, who's checked in for New York. He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line. It's Curry outside. That is good. Curry's got 8 points here in this quarter.
This is a fantastic performance in this half. He didn't play as well in the first, but you just know with this guy, he's always ready to turn it around. Boy, he picked him out brilliantly with that feed inside.
Fires from deep. Another 3 for Golden State.
I guess he just needed a little break because since halftime, he's been raining triples.
Follow the pass to Carmelo. Fires from deep. Rebounded by Bogut. Bogut's got rebound number 7 for him tonight.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
1:32 left in the fourth quarter. Curry with the steal. And up the court come the Warriors on the break. And Green slams it in.
And that's how you take the steal and turn it into a transition opportunity.
I think that's the perfect time to do it, Greg. I mean, those few seconds after the turnover, strike right away because the defense has no chance to get organized.
And it seems every season we see a player try and play through an injury. Sometimes it provides a boost with heroics, but it can lead to serious damage long term. It's a common practice we see, and some guys are pretty cavalier about it.
Tries to save it. Here's Porzingis. Pops loose off the pick and hammers it home.
Certainly that shot well within his range.
I would hope so.
And especially when he caps it off with the steady one-hand jam.
Greg, a lot of NBA players do play through injury. Last year, for instance, LaMarcus Aldridge played most of the regular season with a thumb injury that required surgery. Mike Conley, Clark Kellogg, we saw in the postseason play with the mask with a facial fracture.
Yeah, and it's hard to make a blanket statement if it's good or bad for guys to do that. You just hope the player heeds the doctor's advice and doesn't do any further damage by playing injured.
Galloway with the bucket.
And he found the soft spot in the D on that possession.
And there's the pass to Green. Oh, and the jam by Anthony.
No doubt that is within his range.
Well, I would hope so. He's a pro, and it was only a one-footer. Come on now.
Feeds it to Bogut. Curry attacking. Blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup. And the Warriors lead by 10.
Well, if it wasn't out of reach, it is now, thanks to that last little spurt.
And why put the brakes on now? I just say keep on letting it fly.
An extremely efficient and productive game for him. But again, he's not going to be able to do it all by himself.
Thompson outside. From outside the arc. So we see the Warriors get the win here. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, Clark Kellogg, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching.